All right, what up? It's your boy Creative Beatdown. I'm gonna explain Burter basically. I'm gonna give you my explanation on him. Just telling you pretty much how he works, his game plan, and how you can use his abilities and what he specializes in to win. And so this is a speed type character. There are different types of speed. So we have movement speed and we have dash speed. So I think even if you don't like to play Burter, I think that this video is worth a watch so that you can understand the difference between the two. So he has two presets. So he has one that he's missing an ultimate and it changes like three things basically. So this one has 4 power energy wave. That's, good ultimate to have. And then you also have after image, so you can dodge pretty much anything. And then you have fighting pose I. I'm mainly going to be focusing on the poses. So fighting pose D is boost dash speed and fighting pose I is movement speed. And then we're going to focus on the Super Soul. I'm the fastest in the universe. Yes, and all this is boosted on top of his base stat, which means that his base speed, because every character in Xenoverse have a different base speed. Certain characters like Yamcha, Zamasu are just faster, and then you got some characters like Tien who are just naturally slower. So you can see right now, playing as Burter, I'm already at max key, so it activates when you get max key. So you want to typically keep it there, and you might be thinking, okay, well, what if I want to do combos and stuff? You can. Realistically, your best bet is to go for basic attack. You want to be doing basic attack damage. That's what I want you to be doing. Just basic attack. But let's get into the speed first and how to use speed to his advantage. So you have to be good with movement. So you gotta know how to move. And as you can see, it's in effect right now. So like my back step, a lot of times back steps are real noticeable when your movement speed is boosted. So I got an XL boost, so that's pretty much, it should be a 20% boost in speed, the movement speed. So when it happens with steps, the way, because it doesn't increase the time animation, you're still gonna move for the same time. The only thing is you're gonna move a farther distance within that time. So no matter how much your speed is boosted, the time of the animation does not change, just the range of it. See, so that's why I could do that. Some characters can't get back that far, but that could be good breathing room. That brings good breathing room. This is good. Speed is good defensively and offensively. So I could be blocking as soon as I get that opening. Bam. And then what does that mean? I could come back, or I could come back. See, and that's offensive. Offensively, so like, you see my speed is boosted. Remember, it's the same amount of time for the animation, but I go a lot farther. So that means I can even do this too. And now movement speed, it gives you a boost overall. So that means my boost dash speed is increased as well. And so this is important. So there's a difference between this type of dash attack and this type of dash attack. So with this, I could do that, and I could press X, so I could vanish. Whether this is blocked or not, I could vanish. You can't do that with this. But what you can do with this is that you can get out of it quicker. With this, you're stuck in animation, but with this, you're not stuck in animation. And this might have better tracking than this, because you can easily get perfect block the call in this unless you do it quick enough. So you can do that. You see how you can close in, especially with your speed boosted. And look at the distance. That's the biggest thing with speed, is distance. So because it affects this too, it affects your jumps. So that means the quicker you can get behind someone, also the farther you can jump. That means I can get behind them quick. You see that? And that's important. You want to be able to do that, and then with that technique as well, you can do that and then you could immediately go for a rush attack. It's not like they could block it. Once you do this, it's not like they could block it. They have to get out the way. They have to do something to get out the way. Of course, your steps. Of course, like you from here, you could do that. If you're scared about getting perfect blocks, if you want to try to remain and keep some offensive options, you could do that. It's as simple as that. Boost dash, you could go into it. Of course, if you flick the analog stick, boost dash, flick the analog stick in the direction you want, and then that's how you do a boost dash cancel. All right, I'm just trying to give y'all. This kind of goes into other stuff, but this is trying to teach you how to use Burter to the best of your ability. And then just say if I boost this up, if I impose D, now I'm flying even faster. But you only get an excel boost speed when you're actually flying towards the opponent. The game doesn't tell you that, but it's true. So you see my boost speed, but look when I fly towards them, and it makes it. If you could listen to it, if you cut your TV up, it makes a small sound. It's like ooh or something. And so what that means is that you're getting that boost, but you have to be flying towards the opponent, and this is to help offensive pressure. So you can hear if you do this. So you can do that, and then like I said, there's other methods to using boost dashes. You can go to the side. Use speed to the best of your advantage. It's about moving, so you wouldn't be able to get a good positioning on them. See, so you could do that. You could do a lot of things. You could, and then jump in. You could just go right for it. You could do this, fake, and then go behind them. Yeah, you could do just make what works. And then of course, you could go for that. And all I'm saying, all this you could do with other characters too, but I'm saying that with speed, you want to, like, he could do this better. Just due to his sheer speed, his speed boost, you're going to want to be doing this with Burter. This is what he's meant for. He's meant for being able to get a good positioning on the opponent, and typically you should not be getting perfect block. You should be forcing them to preemptively block because you're so fast. And when they're preemptively blocking, so they're not trying to time your block. They're trying to guess when you're going to attack the time window so that they can already be blocking, and that lets them stand still. So you can do things like this. You see that? You see how I instantly cut into that because I do this and I do the flick cancel. Instant grab. I don't even got to get up on him. You see that? Even right there. Just easy cancel to a grab. Easy cancel to a grab. Same thing with this too. And he's like, the speed test. Because these normal key blasts have the same type of speed. Well, no matter who you use them with, unless it's a different key blast type. So I like to test the speed with this. So he's right on par with the key blast. And he actually going farther than the key blast. So he actually speeds up past the key blast. But you could be a lot faster than that. So let's do this. Oh yeah. And that's a setup right there. That's a setup. Let me show you this. Now he's guarding. Let's take advantage of another mechanic. And see, and he's blocking. He's forced to block. He has to vanish. If he wants to try to get out of that, he has to vanish. Oh, that's a mix-up. Oh, that's a mix-up. From this far? Hold on. That's pressure. Because the faster I get there, the better. That's pressure. Hold on, I could do that. Of course, you could go for a grab. But realistically, I would say you might not want to charge up because this charge is kind of slow for this heavy for what we're trying to do. So what you could do Hold up, no, that's not what I want. Oh, you can do a mix up too. It's all about pressure, but the thing is, when you throw that key blast out, you make it hard for them to go for a perfect block. Hold up, that's not what I want. Let me do this one more time. I'm gonna get it right. You see that? I'm trying to get that guard break. So when I hit this, yeah, that can mix them up. That might be difficult to do, but anyway. But back to what I was originally doing. But you got to be close enough to him, though. You got to be close enough to him. I'm not gonna stay in this too long, but he don't go around him completely. There you go. You gotta be right up on him. God damn. Fuck it. You know, fuck it. I'm gonna just do it this way, just a certain way to go past them. And it didn't work. There you go. Just do that. I would say all the time, just do that. Look at that. That works beautifully. And then it's like they're not gonna have time to turn around or nothing. But you wanna try to do it from a range. And you see how, because you need time to get to them. And it works faster. It works better. The faster you are, the better it works. So there are literally some techniques you cannot do unless you have enough speed. Yeah, there are some techniques you literally cannot do if you don't have enough speed. And then some techniques just work a lot more effectively the more speed that you have. And we even have Mag Dash. So you're going to be doing that. And the way Mag Dash works is that pretty much it gives you a boost to movement speed as well, while also getting it with an opponent. Typically, you're going to be behind them. If you use it at close range, it's going to look like this. And so what opponents typically do, they're either going to chase you or they're not. If they chase you, you could easily go for a block or a perfect block, or you could even rush them back as well. That's kind of what you want to do. If they don't chase you, then you could just easily come back, or you could, and then now you have a setup. It's kind of like it gives you space for a setup, so you can even do that. Hold up. It pretty much just gives you space for a setup. But yeah, that's how that works. Let's get into the combos real quick, or the moves, because you're gonna be working to get your ki up to get that speed boost from a super cell to get that effect, and you're not gonna be wanting to spend too much ki. So the way you keep that in mind is that you're gonna be doing all your damage with basic attack. So you have to know his combo. So this is his square combo. 4,000 damage for a square combo, and it has no teleports, none of that extra shit. That's good. He has a good square combo. That's something there's not many characters who have a square combo that you want to actually complete or go for. He's one character that does have that. So, and then look, and if you do it from a dash attack, his square combo is good, and it slams it. It literally plants them in the ground as well. And his heavy startup. No, let me get the full damage. Almost 5,000 for 5 hits. Like, no funny shit. It's just his combos just kind of get straight into it. His square and his triangle combos. Now let's try the light heavy. See, that's good. That's good damage right there. And the thing is, you see all that right there? If I just do this, I get more damage off rip on the spot. So I think that's a good combo starter just to get damage off. You see that? And then you could cancel maybe not like that. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's a good combo starter. But the thing is, it puts them in a juggle state, and so they're constantly getting their stamina back faster. So it's a give and take. Let me try one more time. Yeah, you want to get in the air. That's actually some good damage. The thing is, if you're going to put them in a juggle state, you might want to kind of finish your combo fast. Of course, you can always finish it with that too, and that's important. I also want to mention that, so when you are doing this, I always like to finish off with a pose, because typically when you not come back or do anything like that, pose, you are safe. You can just block instantly after. Typically they're not gonna have no way to get to you. They're not fast enough unless they have like assault vanish or something. We're gonna get into his 5, like his signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the triangles. I mean, that's good too. I mean, I guess that's some good. Like, there's things you can do with that. Like, yeah, you can do a stamina break. That's if you really don't have to do stamina breaks with Burter. If you want to get good damage, this is one character who is so good. Like, I'm saying that you don't have to do. Like, he's good, but not in a busted way. He's just good. I'm not saying like he's just good. Like, there's nothing too bad about, no bad sides really too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. I could do that. Okay, that works. But like I'm saying, the 5 combo is good. Let's try this. I'm gonna do the square triangle mix up. That's his most damaging combo, by the way. That's his most damaging combo. And then, of course, combining it with different attacks, it can do some good damage. So let me do this. And for 6 hits, he's doing sick damage. He's doing sick damage. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can do this. Okay, that's good. Now let's get into mat kick. We're gonna get to the super attacks now. So pretty much, mat kick. Someone in my comment section, they was talking about this move. They said they had a hard time using it. Look at the range I'm at. I'm a little too far, but typically you want to use it from around this range. That's the range you want to use it at, because you're going to do a leap, and it has good tracking. This has some good tracking. It does 3,000 damage alone. It might not be the best, but it's more of, I would say, it's more of a tool than just like a skill for damage. It has a purpose. It's meant to close in. This is like, so you kind of have to block it. Most people try to block it, and as long as they don't perfect block it, for the most part, you should be good. But now look, so typically you might have someone that try to block it. There you go. You see that? So now I can mix it up with shockwave because they're blocking. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. But pretty much, yeah, you mix it up with shockwave. You can also combo into it. Combo with another move. Of course, Mac Punch goes into it perfectly, because that's kind of what it's made for. But we'll get into that in a bit. And so now you can also combo it like that. You can actually go into the move like that. and that's good damage right there. It's quick. It just, you might have a hard time angling it because it hits them directly down. So it might be best if you're just already at the ground doing it. But you can. There you go. See, you could do that. Yeah, you just gotta be careful when you're throwing that to the ground. Let me see if this works. And that does work. Actually, that's a good combo route. Okay, so oh yeah. Okay, that's a good combo route. I wonder if I could catch him still. Okay, well, never mind then. Alright. But now going into Mac Punch. Using this on its own, I would say it's a lot quicker than Mac Kick. Shorter range though, it doesn't go too far. Not like compared to Mac Kick. But I would say it's not something you might wanna just throw out on your own. I mean, you definitely could. I wouldn't do that. It's best to use like in a combo. You see how you use the whole animation? Like it don't do all that extra stuff, so you just throw it out. So I could easily do this. And it's good for catching people off guard because now they got advantage. I mean, they gotta use an evasive at that point. So I could hit this, right? I could just do this. Just easily do that. And then it gonna work. You gotta be careful with it still. No matter any type of knockback or any type of hit whatsoever that goes into that. And so you can also, Mac Punch, you're going to be doing that a lot typically if you're going to be using any type of skills. So, and then you could connect into your rush. And oh shit, look. That goes into that. Just remember that. So you can do this, go to that. Get some good damage off, get additional damage with that, and then go into this. And now look, you so fast you could close in. And so, and not only that, you also at the distance of the setup I was telling you about. So now after you did your speed boost, so you might lose your super soul effect, but you gain the effect from your pose, which is going to give you a big boost as well, but specifically for a certain stat. So let's do this again. I'm going to just hit a full combo. Mm-mm-mm. 15,000 damage is insane. And then I got a speed boost on top of that to continue the damage. And then that, I'm saying combos like that can be realistic online, especially when their stamina's low. That's the cool thing about some characters. He's good at getting damage off. Like he doesn't need much ki to get damage off. I'm gonna do this again. So I can do this. Oh wait, hold up. I did a bit of a different combo route. Let me see if this works. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Okay, that's a lot less damage now. Now let me do this. Okay. Okay, there you go. And now Shockwave, pretty much Shockwave is just going to be used for guarding for the most part. Let's get into the last move, Blue Hurricane. So this is going to be like your go-to. And the cool thing about Blue Hurricane is you could throw this move out mid-combo, whether they vanish or not. So as long as this hits, and then look, it's a true combo. On ground, it's a true combo. As long as they're grounded. So if you know about the mechanics of grounding, then yeah, you should kind of get this. They can use an evasive, they could throw out whatever they want to throw out. And also Blue Hurricane is strong enough. Like this is one of the skills that has the tenacity to go through things. So you can't just stop it. And that does get damage on its own. So look, I could do this. And then after that combo, I could just continue with the damage. And then I'm just now making them just waste their stamina and everything, doing what they got to do to just survive. And now to finish it up, let's go into this other move, because we talked about the boost dash speed. I've shown you that, but let's talk about Fighting Pose I real quick, which is the movement speed. Movement speed basically covers all bases, so it also includes boost dash speed, but this is not what that's kind of targeted for. This kind of gives more of a bigger boost towards just movement, like I would say anything outside of boost dash. So you see my Super Soul is activated. My steps are good. I'm still fast. Let me put on Fighting Pose I now. And now I'm a lot faster. Look at my back step. Look at my back step. And you also have iframes doing your back step. This is a great defensive tool. When you have this type of speed, and I could come back. Look, I could do a full back step and then come back to potentially do a combo. That's insane. That's an option. Or I could just come back like that. You see that? I could do that too. Like, that's just how fast he is. That's insane. I could do that. And this is gonna be a lot more better for close range combat, Fighting Pose I. So I could literally just that's insane though. Cause this literally gives me breathing room no matter who I'm going against. And if they're trying to be extra aggressive, I could even do that too. Yeah, that's insane. But anyway, that's kind of the basics, the general explanation of Burter, and just showing y'all a little bit more of kind of how he works and what benefits him. And hopefully you guys like it. Of course, I forgot to mention, yeah, you could go into an ultimate with this, by the way. Anything else I forget? Let's do that. And let's get into this whole thing. So you see my speed is a lot more ridiculous now. So my speed is a lot more ridiculous now. And this is great for offense. Look at that. I could literally do that and just... That's insane, but it's your boy Credit Beatdown. Really do hope y'all like the video. Hope you learned something. Get out there, try Burter out. He's actually pretty fun. And y'all stay creative.